What's up, guys? Pastor Jim here, lead pastor of Atmosphere Church, and I have a special church update I wanted to share with y'all. It is Friday, May the 22nd, and I miss your faces, but this is exciting news because this news today that I heard may mean that we may be gathering together sooner than I first anticipated we would be gathering. So earlier today, President Trump did a press conference and he deemed all houses of worship essential business, which I've been saying from day one, but who am I? That's a different sermon. And so now the pressure is on the governors to reopen churches. Well, currently, houses of worship in California are phase 3 of the reopening process, and we're in phase 2 currently. So what we've seen today is retail stores have reopened, restaurants have reopened for dine-in guests. It's exciting what's happening. So a friend of mine who is connected with the governor's office said that churches will probably be moved into the phase 2 part of the reopening process as early as Monday, which is great news for most churches. For us, it's a little bit more complicated, to be honest with you, because we're a mobile church and we rent out a venue. So we are at the mercy of the venue for when we as a church reopen. I have been in contact with our venue, which is Los Robles Greens, and let me tell you, they're excited to welcome us back. They miss us, we miss them, and they went as far as to tell me that when we do meet again, that they are giving us the amphitheater, which I don't know how many churches in the Conejo Valley have access to an amphitheater, but we do. It is going to be exciting. So when we get together, we're going to have the amphitheater we're going to be able to meet at, but here's the complication. Technically, the golf course, banquet hall, and ballroom are a phase 3 business. And so if churches get moved to phase 2, it leaves this weird, complicated situation that needs to be sorted out. So be in prayer for the golf course. If this does indeed happen, they have a decision that they have to make. But I have told them and I have reassured them that we as a church have followed all the guidelines. Matter of fact, CDC put up a new guideline today for houses of worship when they do reopen, what guidelines they are to follow. And I'm happy to tell you, after looking at these guidelines just a little while ago, that the guidelines that we've already put together as a leadership team for when we do reopen, we've been working on this for a little while, that our guidelines actually supersede the guidelines for this from the CDC. So that should give some of you some reassurances that we are going to be careful, we're going to be cautious with everybody that attends our gatherings when we do get to meet again. And we don't know exactly when that's going to be. That's the big question. Like, when are we going to have our next gathering in person? And I don't have an answer for you today. I'm hoping that we might be able to have an answer for you maybe by Monday or Tuesday, but it really is predicated on what the county tells us and how they kind of line it out, and then what the golf course decides to do. That will determine when we are able to reopen. So you may see some churches that have their own properties reopening as quickly as possibly, I don't know, this Sunday. You're going to see a lot of churches opening again on May the 31st. But we, again, are at the mercy of the golf course in what happens. I have been in communication with some different parking lots because I didn't know we were going to be able to possibly meet again this quickly. So I've been working on like a drive-in service, and it's even hard to get a property to sign off on us just meeting together in our cars. So it's been a difficult process. Pray for me as I'm talking to all of these different people that I would have favor, that we would have favor as a church, so that we would be able to get the green light to go ahead and begin meeting again. And just to give you some assurances, those of you that still are not comfortable with the thought of gathering together again, I want to let you know that even if we are told that we can start gathering again as quickly as, I don't know, May the 31st, we're going to continue to offer our services online. I know we haven't seen each other. We haven't had a gathering together since, I think it was like March 15th. That's crazy to think about. But we've actually grown as a church family. We have people, a part of Atmosphere Church, literally throughout the nation. We've been getting connection cards returned to us. We've been corresponding with email from people literally around our nation. So we have Atmosphere Church members in New York, in Texas, in Arkansas, in Oklahoma. So it's exciting stuff. So we're going to continue Atmosphere Live even after this whole coronavirus situation dies down and nobody's even talking about it anymore. So that's kind of the lemonade out of the lemons, is this whole thing caused us to go online. And from going online, we have so many new Atmosphere Church members. It's exciting stuff. So if you are in the high risk category and you don't feel comfortable about gathering with other people, or perhaps it just makes you nervous, we just want to give you some assurances. You can still do church at home, and we're going to love you. We're going to continue to be connected with you. Even if you meet online with us and you don't meet in person with us, we're not going to forget you. We're going to love you, and we support that. And if you don't feel good, if you're feeling any kind of symptoms of sickness, obviously we don't want you to come, and we want you to stay at home and keep everybody else safe. And so we're going to have a lot of different guidelines in place by the time we do gather, whether it's the 31st, the 7th, or whenever we do meet. We're going to have things in place, hand sanitizer stations, social distancing enforced. Our greeters are not going to touch you. They're not going to hug you. They're not going to handshake or high five. And some of you, you're bummed about that, but we got to be mindful of all the other people that are a little still nervous about this season. We want to be respectful of their nervousness. So we're just going to have signs. We're going to welcome you back. And we just can't wait to see your faces. Even if we just see your eyes, if you have your mask on, and we're going to have masks available too. It's going to be everything that we need to do to keep you safe. I'll just leave it there for now. We're going to be sending out these guidelines probably as quickly as this weekend, so that you can read through and have some assurances that when we gather, we're going to be safe, and we are going to do everything within our abilities to keep you healthy. But we do believe that where two or more are gathered in his name, there he is in the midst of them. So, I can't wait, so that, when we get to worship again as a community, it's going to be so amazing. We're going to be able to do it in the amphitheater, at least for the whole month of June. But again, to highlight again, I don't know when we will be able to meet again. We are following this news closely. We're in contact with the golf course. So stay tuned. I will be posting some more updates for you so that you can follow along with what's going on. And there's a bug flying in my face. But hey, we love you. Have a great weekend. TGIF. It doesn't mean just thank God it's Friday. It means thank God I'm forgiven. Love you guys. See you soon.